Hey everybody, Preston here, also known as Godzilla Hawk, and we have here,
As always, Captain Asshole. Don't forget, fuck yourself. You too. You.
yeah, ba-la-la-la. See how many people get that. So today we're
If he
gonna,
was a little bigger, he could actually be Baymax. Furry baby.
there. So we're here to do TNA Slammiversary 2015 review. The last TNA video we did that was on pay-per-view was Bound for Glory, and Brent has mentioned time after time again. It was probably the worst TNA pay-per-view he's seen thus far. So,
I've taken a crap like that before, but it involved a lot of chimichangas.
like Deadpool?
No, Deadpool doesn't crap. That's why he likes chimichangas, because he never has to go to crap in the mouth. Anyways. I got a clap out of it. You got the clap?
Dick. Chimichangas. Anyways.
So make you poop.
Anyway, so we're going to go ahead and talk about the matches. We're going to talk about the results, and by the end of it, we're going to grade it, and we're going to give our honest thoughts about it. Now, obviously, he would have to go to work, so he missed the first hour of it, but again, he was able to miss.
I was busy making money.
Yeah, well, but like I said, so
kids don't work retail. It sucks.
Yeah, and yeah, but anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and do what we can best. So the opener was a triple threat elimination match for the X Division Championship. Tigre Uno defeating Manic and Zima Ion. I think you would agree with me if you were here. This was a great match. It was very fast paced. Although it was kind of random throwing the X Division title without really any build to this match, it was just like throwing on the card at the last second. But just because it was thrown on the last card, that doesn't mean it's going to be a good match. It just means a little bit more if we had build up towards it, so that way we can get pumped up for it. But that doesn't mean the match was terrible.
But at the same time, you said it was an elimination match, right?
Yes.
So that was different. Usually an X Division match is a first fall.
But they did that last Wednesday too. Yeah, but I don't like three-way eliminations. I think it'd be better if they did a four-way.
No, just screw the whole thing and do the X Division champion. Do what did that call? The Ultimate X. Go with Ultimate X. That makes me feel better.
Or why? Well, here's the thing. I'm not saying this match was bad. In fact, it was far from it. It was very good pace. It was a great opener. Just for three X Division wrestlers and everything. I think the only thing I would have done is I probably would have got rid of the Knockouts match and probably the EC3 match. And I would have made this match a King of the Mountain match for the X Division title. Put two more X Division wrestlers in there to, like they did back in 2009 with Manic, Motor City Machine Guns, and Lethal Consequences.
Well, at least do something with Manic, right?
Well, at least like I said, they're doing
blue now.
Actually, it was all freaking red-eyed. Have a bunch of more designs on them.
Yeah, I wish they would just do something with him.
I just wish they'd just go back to his old gimmick where he had the skull attire. That's when he was badass. But anyways, like I said, it was a great opener. These guys worked really well together. Like I said, Tigre Uno was a surprise me in the title. I thought it was going to be Greedo because the fans were so behind him, but surprising, he was the first one eliminated on Wednesday. So it was like, okay, now I don't know who's going to win. When Tigre Uno won, it was like
it's Greedo.
Greedo, sorry. Greedo.
You have to say his name right on. You got to give him props. The fact that he is basically like the fan that got to be part of wrestling. I'm not put him down because it's a bit of a joke, his character. But the simple fact is he is basically the fan that became a wrestler. So I give him props.
No,
most people would have quit after they got a bruise on their ass. It hurts too much. I'm out.
Yeah, well, and like I said, I don't hate Greedo, but it's just like when I first heard Greedo in the match, it was like
it sounded like a mockery.
Yeah, it was like he doesn't scream X Division for me. I think it felt a little too soon for him.
But unfortunately, they don't have a mid card title anymore. Besides the X Division, that's the closest thing they got. So what are they going to do with it?
Well, it's just like I just kind of wish they add some more actual X Division wrestlers, like high flyers.
Well,
but
let's throw this out there though. I do have one more thing to say about it. Could you imagine if they mixed him in with the tag team division?
Who?
Exactly. Imagine if they came up with a second Greedo. Scary. How scary is that notion? There's two of them now. Marty the Butterfly. Marty the Mothman. There's your tag team partner right there. They win the tag team title. Suddenly the X Division doesn't seem so bad when they hit him with a chair.
Marty,
just saying.
Marty's a good wrestler, though. No, but like I said, Jinder, very surprising. He won the championship in the first place. But you know what? At least Brandon will agree. At least they're finally using him finally, and because for a while they were pushing him, then they kept him off TV for a while. They were jobbing him, and then all of a sudden now it's like.
I do have to say this too. I hope that this is his opportunity to become a bit more of a breakout character, because with all the abilities he's got, I mean, he's on his way to being like Manic was. He was just one of those characters that really was impressive. And I hope they don't ruin him by like going, "Oh look, you lost to Grado. Oh look, Kenny King won the title again. Loki won the title again." I don't want to see that. I don't want them to bury him. I want to see him.
And keep in mind, we don't hate any of those wrestlers that we named. We're just saying, like, we want TV, we want them to give this guy a chance. Yeah. We don't want him to just be like, "Here's your title," and then you're going to lose it like in a week or two, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Like they did with Christian. That we don't want that to happen. But anyway, so it was a good opener. Next match, surprisingly, not a bad match. It was Robbie Eve defeating Jesse Garza. Again, Brandon didn't see it, so he can't really judge for himself. But surprisingly, it was actually not that bad. I was actually mildly interested into it.
Was it better than the Divas match?
It was better than the Brandon frickin'.
Okay. The Flying Kong? Yeah, okay.
But we'll get more into that later. But like
what's coming up? You got to know that.
But like I said, it was actually not a bad match. Robbie E won, which I thought Jesse Garza was going to kind of win to kind of prove to recreate his character. Honestly, his character is now he's Jesse the Man Goddess, but his whole gimmick recount with the robe he was flexing, tell me that doesn't ring any bells.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, no. I want you to say
Chris Masters
there you
is
go.
signed with Global Force and he is now the Brontosaurus. Brontosaurus or Brachiosaurus, I can't remember which one they called him.
What are you talking about?
They gave him some weird-ass dinosaur name.
No, but that's his real name. It's not Chris Masters. That's right. No, but like I say,
he's named after a dinosaur.
Anyways,
that's all.
Anyways, like I say, it was not a bad match. Maybe we'll see. Now, in fact, Robbie is now babyface now. Maybe we can actually see some wrestling from him. Because every time he was a heel, he was kind of a joke, and we're just like, get him off our TV. Just get him off. We don't like him. But now he's a babyface. He can probably prove his athleticism, his more wrestling style, and maybe we can get this guy a chance now. And like I said, so it was not a bad match, but could have been way worse. It could have been way better, though. Next match, I gotta be honest, I did not pay attention to this.
He really hates one of these wrestlers. Guess which one?
Bram defeated Matt Morgan in a street fight, which I didn't expect a street fight. I'm sorry. I just cannot get into Matt Morgan. I'm sorry. I try my best to watch it, but I just can't get into him. I just can't.
It's because he's taller than him.
No. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? I like Kane back in the day, and Undertaker's one of my all-time favorites. He's taller than me. What's that?
Wait, no. I'm pulling the strings here.
No, I'm just sorry. I don't think Matt Morgan's a great wrestler. I think he only does like literally 4 or 5 moves with just kicks, stomps, and then choke slams, and then I think his finisher, which I don't even remember anymore. I really don't.
The carbon blueprint. It's a kick.
Oh, right, the big kick, big boot, pretty much. Yeah. Oh, so generic finisher. Yeah. So like I said, I didn't watch it, so I can't really judge her. But I'm just gonna say, I think it was like a 7-8 minute match. Brandon, so God damn it!
I have broken his concentration. He's not done that in a while.
in a 7 to 8 minute match, Bram defeated Matt Morgan in a street fight, which did not pay attention to.
Can you focus? I'm sorry, sir. I cannot do this today. Would you like a rain check with your French fries?
Anyways, so moving on. I got nothing else to say. Next match. Actually, the next match. This is when Brand came in. This was definitely one of the matches of the night apart. It was Davey Richards versus Austin Aries. Brand was actually talking to me about this, saying how Davey Richards could be, even as a tag team Richard, whether he's a tag team or singles competitor, he could be something big.
Both of them can be, yes.
And I was telling that these two have wrestled each other. These two have actually been singles competitors before, facing guys, probably Kevin Owens, probably. I know one of them faced Seth Rollins back in the day. So we know these guys were singles competitors and actually faced each other once before. So it's no clue that these guys were great singles wrestlers, and these guys are tremendous tag teams. He's actually telling me that if TNA closes out, WWE's a fool for not picking up the Wolves, because their tag team division, this was their tag team division from start. It was like, okay, it's going there, it's giving it. Then when like the Attitude Era came, it was like, whoop, whoop, whoop. And then when the PG Era came down, it was like, kind of dying down, but now we're kind of going up, now down.
Who did they lose during the PG Era? They lost the Hardy Boys. They lost Edge and Christian. They lost Rated RKO. Oh, and my personal favorite, they lost the Dudley Boys.
Yeah.
They lost all their major tag teams. The Wolves are a major tag team. Other company or not, they're recognized. Major tag team. And whether they sign them for their main roster or send them to NXT, they would be amazing. They would change the WWE from fucking ground to top. It's just completely different. And it would make the tag team division a lot more competitive, because now you have consistency and you have fluid motion to get together as a tag team instead of botch. Oops, I missed my stomp. You don't see that. And that's the point. They need a tag team that's more representative as being tag team champions.
Well, we're not saying WWE doesn't have those. Like the Usos are a prime example.
Yeah, but they're at this point, what I'm saying is they're picking random people from their roster and going, it's a tag team.
Well, they did that for a while. I mean, like Kofi Kingston and R-Truth. They have no tag team chemistry together, but because they're black, they're going to go together.
Oh, no.
It's fact, too. The Wrestling Gurus actually mentioned that, because that is not my originality. That was the Wrestling Gurus, and that video was though.
He said it.
No, but that's it. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm not racist or anything, but that was the point. Let me think about this. You had Evan Bourne and Kofi Kingston that actually worked well, but then you got R-Truth and John Morrison as a tag team, which was good, even though they never won the titles. But Crime Time was an exception because they came into the division as a tag team, so it makes more sense.
They came in as a joke and they left as a joke.
But R-Truth and Kofi Kingston, they were never really a thing. So they were just like, we need a tag team. We'll just put R-Truth and Kofi Kingston. It was like when MVP teamed up with Mark Henry for the tag team division. It was just random. It didn't flow well. That's why we have like tag teams like the Usos, which makes sense. We had Last Man Outdoors or Primo Epico. We had the Ascension, which they're not doing anything, which I think they should.
Before they die out.
Yeah, exactly. Texas Kid Cesaro, again, they're still a great tag team. I do like them.
Two random people, they stuck them together, and it's one of the only times it's actually worked.
Exactly. Like a prime example for tag teams that got screwed over could have been something big. Hart Dynasty. Tyson Kidd and David Hart Smith could have been something. They actually meshed well. There was a good reason. They had the Italian as their manager. They were part of the Hart Dungeon. It made sense. And it was just like 1 year, and then they're split up, and then now one of them's gone to Global Force, and the other's injured now. So it's like, there you go. But anyways, we're going off track. I want to talk about this match. Austin Aries end up defeating David Richards. Like we said, these two are tremendous athletes. We know these two are going to have a great match, a good wrestling match. Austin Aries ended up winning by getting distracted by Bobby Roode and rolling him up with the tights, 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to get our final match for the tag titles this Wednesday, which will be a first time ever 30-minute Iron Man match for the tag team titles, which I think is amazing because I like Iron Man matches. And the last Iron Man match we actually saw, even though technically it didn't say Iron Man match, but it's pretty much the same stipulations, was that Lucha Underground between Prince Puma and John Muto last Saturday.
The last Lucha standing or something like that?
No, it was all night. I think that's what they call that match, an all night thing, because the show was only an hour. So it was like, well, the entire show's gonna be one match, and it worked. And this is not the first time they've done it like that. But like I said, I'm really excited for this match. So we'll see what happens there. I mean, do you have anything else you want to plug in this match?
No.
Really?
No.
Oh, I'm surprised.
The match didn't have any great highlights. It really didn't.
It was a great match.
It felt like a standard match. They didn't do any highlighted moves or anything.
It was a wrestling match. That's what it was. It was just
like I said, it was a traditional match. There wasn't anything hyped or impressive about it. It was wrestling. It was pure wrestling.
It's what you want in a wrestling promotion is wrestling, but you also want that hype too, which I can understand.
Which is just a higher risk or a higher maneuvering or a differential maneuvering, something that a little different that they could have done, and they didn't pull it off. So a roll up, that's fine.
That's just opinion. A lot of people probably disagree with him, but some people could. But like I said,
I loved how they ended it. They're like, I choose a bra and panties match. And I was like, I've actually said that too. I was like, John Cena would lose that match real quick.
No, you didn't. You were just kind of like, and they're like, we're just kidding.
I wasn't talking about that during the show. I said before, I was like, if I forget John Cena, I'm going to put him in a bra and panties match.
I'm sorry. I probably didn't listen.
Yeah, he doesn't do that. He doesn't a lot, apparently.
No. I listen. It's just I was trying to pay attention to the show, and here's stipulation. But that's besides the case. So hey, you don't listen half the time too. So
I try not to.
See, that's the difference. Anyways, good match. He thought it was just okay. Moving on. Next match. If I remember correctly, I think it was the Knockouts match, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's what it was. Yeah, I think it was. I think we can all agree with one word. Actually, a few words. Next match. I think that's the proper thing.
Oh, wait. Flying Kong. Now next match.
Yeah.
That was the whole match meant nothing. The Flying Kong was awesome. The Flying Kong crossbody was amazing. Period.
He's overrating it.
That's it. No, that was impressive.
It was cool, but he's overrating it.
I liked it. That was cool. Awesome.
Awesome.
It's like getting hit with a semi that's attached to a chain. So
Awesome Kong and Brooke won a 2-on-3 handicap match. Nothing major.
Yeah. Next match.
Yes. Next match. So let's see. I'm sorry. X Division. Okay, that's 4. Okay, next match. I think would be another highlight for one of the matches of the night, and this is where the kind of technical happened during TNA. We gotta say the match together. Come on, here we go. 3, 2, 1. James Storm versus Magnus in a non-sanctioned match. And they completely fucked up the technical, and it was flat hilarious.
Were they going to fire him? They already quit. They're like, here's my 2-week notice. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to ruin your show before I left. Last time I checked, the entire crowd got over, and they're like, that's how you go out. Take out the technical. Make the fireworks go off. Scare the crap out of people.
Now, for those of you saying that these are just
with a bang. Zap.
Now, before we talk more about this match and the highlights, we want to kind of talk about why we think Magnus and James Storm are leaving. A few things kind of bug me. First of all, this whole feud was about Magnus wanting to get revenge on James Storm for everything he's done to Mickey and her son. So what they're trying to do is they want to make it personal, almost like Shawn Michaels' Triple H route. You want to make it personal, like they want to hate each other.
And we all have our views as to what this can lead to, but let him do his thing first.
Yeah. And you even notice, I noticed this too. I don't know if you noticed it immediately either. I think you might have in the back of your head. When Magnus was talking, he didn't act like He was like, I'm gonna kick his ass. He's gonna get what's going on. I'm gonna make him bleed like a bitch he is. He was more like, I can't use my hate. As much as I hate this guy, I gotta do this for my family. You can see tears in his eyes, like, I've been in his company for a while. I've done this, I've done everything. But I gotta go out there and I gotta fight for my family. Almost like wire in his eyes. I was like, where did this come from? Like, this isn't part of the thing. I don't know what it was. And then even after the match, which actually we'll talk about the highlights, and then we'll talk about ending the match. So to go in order. So they did some table spots there. They fought all around the arena. And this is the part where they effed up, where they're in the back in the technical area. Magnus throws freaking James Storm to one of the technical boxes. He goes for a big boot, misses, he falls, and then as soon as
James Storm dodged.
No, that's what I meant. He dodged.
And his boot went straight through. It was designed to where it would take his kick. It was just some random equipment. The problem was the equipment was right in front of the main power lines and the other equipment, and it fell on top of it and blew out. It was like, oops. They couldn't even cut to commercial. They couldn't even cut. Like, they're sitting there going, quick, show someone who's sponsoring us. And they're like, we can't. The Oreo people are going to be pissed at us. Damn, we're going to show their double mint stuffed chocolate chip Oreo cookie ultimates.
And for like 30 seconds, or finally on the stage in the back, I'm distracted because it's almost dark, and in the back you got those traditional color bars.
You got one of them Phantom of the Opera freaking lights on the guys when they wrestle, and you're just like, we can't see you. We can't see you.
No, but
I wanted to start that. I wanted the crowd to start going zap, 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 and just see if they can.
No.
The guy who yelled at James Storm, shut up. He goes, shut up. He goes, yeah, shut up. And he stopped and looked back at him. Like, that guy's gonna get his ass beat in the park.
Well, that was funny too, because as soon as we heard shut up, we're like,
yeah, shut up. And he just turns back around. He has that look on his eyes like, you motherfucker. And I'm like, someone let Marty the Moth in. Either that, or what's his name? Bo Dallas was there. Vengeance!
No, actually, he got rock bottomed on a live tour show recently.
Oh,
no.
He got rock bottomed
by The Rock.
That character always has his special. He stands there and he goes, and he gets a special. Like, most cheating character, like, you got the infinity loop where you can't beat the Undertaker unless you literally no disqualification to the extreme on his character, beat the streak. And then you got The Rock, who like sneezes. His character will sneeze. You see him, you go like this.
Bro, keep in mind,
he gets a special. It lights up. It's like, what?
Keep in mind, when it comes to the street, we're talking about 2K14, we're talking about The Rock, we're talking about Day of Reckoning on GameCube.
You can talk about any of them. The Rock always gets his special. It's weird. Between him, John Cena, and Rey Mysterio, I don't know who gets their special more.
Or Triple H, too.
Triple H actually had gaps from time to time. But The Rock did not. He stopped, stared at you, and they started chanting for him. And it's like, he wasn't even like going, you can't see me or anything like that. He just... and special.
Keep in mind, it took us about 9 times for him to finally lose a match.
9 rounds of fatal 4-way for him to lose the match. And we stacked it. Technically, one of the matches doesn't count because Shawn Michaels got disqualified by the referee. In a fatal 4-way, no disqualification match, he got kicked out of the match.
Rock wasn't in that one, though. It was all the members of Evolution.
Oh, that's right. That was kind of weird.
The other members.
We didn't even get to see the end of that match because we had to turn the thing off.
No, but anyways, we're getting off track, though. So where are we? Oh, yeah, okay, sorry. So they were doing the match. They had a few tails, but the spot I liked in the spot you kind of were like, was the Devastator Magnus did on James Storm under the table.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. He ate the table. I was sitting there going, he's busted open. Didn't happen. The whole match, there was no blood. And I was like, well, at least we won't have to cut to black and white. Not like they could do it now, but think about that. Technically, they wouldn't have been able to do it.
Yeah.
So they just gone up there.
And they did
it goes back on, and like his bandage is wrapped around his face, and you're just like, is that Manic?
Really? I thought that was the Mummy.
What is this now? He's wearing a clown mask and stuff. They have makeup on his face so that he doesn't look like he's bleeding.
No, they should make him look like
it's
Crazy
not working.
Steve.
He's bleeding through the mask.
Obviously, it's Crazy Steve.
Yeah, there's something that's going to scare the crap out of people. James Storm, bleeding like he does. He's a bleeder just like Brock Lesnar with a clown mask, and the blood's coming out the eyes of the clown, and you're just like, you could imagine. You're sitting there going, yeah, if you didn't have nightmares before, son, you're going to have them now.
But anyways, so
let's go watch the movie It. He's looking for it.
Oh, no.
No. We got to keep going.
No. You dragged me into it now. You're suffering it now. No, oh, here it is. Right here. There. You got your wish. Moving on.
Sued by whoever produced that. It will rape you in your closet tonight.
It is making a remake.
I know. Can you imagine how CGI it is going to be?
Yes. To you producers.
Oh, don't be like that. Without those producers, we wouldn't have had the next Jurassic World movie.
Yeah, they probably got better effects too.
Add a little oomph to the T-Rex war, just a little, help
That's
you
more
out
of a
on that one.
nitpick, and it's not a good nitpick. Anyways.
I nitpick, and you will listen, and I will make you listen.
Anyways, we're getting way off topic. Anyways, let's go on to this match. So, James Jordan gets the pack of the salt, and he's about to throw it at Magnus' face. Magnus flips it, gets into James Jordan's eyes, but in the ref as well. Hits his finisher. Ref doesn't see it. Then James Jordan hits a super kick. 1, 2, kick out. Then you see Magnus hit his finisher again. 1, 2, kick out. Then James Jordan does the freaking what he did to Gunner, where he kicks him, hits the ropes, and then kicks him again.
No. He hit him with the cowbell. Then he kicked him, and then he kicked him, and he still kicked out. And it's like, why is there no blood yet? We need a 30-foot cage so he could hit him and drop him on his head onto the steel steps like he did to Jeff Hardy. Boom! Oh, he's dead.
Finally, during the ending of the match, they both have beer bottles. They both hit each other in the head with it.
James Storm has lost more matches that way and won more matches that way than anyone else, and due to collapse on his opponent.
1, 2, 3. And then
now he goes out with a victory.
Yeah. Now this is where we talk about the whole Levy thing, because you saw James Storm after the match, he wasn't like giving like an evil glare doing his character. He was more
he was like saying goodbye to the crowd.
Even Magnus was kind of had that same emotion.
He's doing that freaking cross your heart, miss you goodbye, and it was like, why aren't they killing each other?
Usually they'd be like, you motherfucker, I'm gonna have a rematch.
Well, like I said, I've had a little bit of insight that have come in. I believe.
Well, we both have.
Getting signed to Global Force, and with them getting signed to Global Force, they can actually carry that rivalry with them if they don't just carry the what is his thing called again? His ranch thing, his people, his Revolution. Revolution theme with him. I hope they don't, because he's just better as a standalone.
Yeah, or if he's going to be a tag team with anyone, Bobby Roode by far. But that's just besides the point.
Look, he's going to be a tag team with Bobby Roode again. Okay.
Makes more sense.
Because we all want that team back together. Beer money.
I liked it.
He drinks less beer and bitches more.
Anyways, so it was a great match. It was a good match. Kind of wish it was a little bit longer. They had blood in it, but those are just nitpicks. But other than that, it was not a bad match. It didn't kill the match. Next match, it was a match I literally was not paying attention to either. It was the EC3 entire match versus Bobby Lashley and freaking, I don't know, was it Mr. Anderson? Again, EC3 won. That's all we need to say. EC3 won.
I gotta say the highlight of that match was when Tyrus got dropped on top of when Anderson went for his whatever the hell that roll thing
fire carry slam, whatever.
Yeah, and he drops with him on his head. I was like, oh, that's a lot of fat on you. his head disappeared, and when he rolled off him, his face was just like in the mat. I was like, that looked familiar. Besides that,
WrestleMania 29 sucked.
Yeah, sure. Besides that, it wasn't very special.
It was thrown randomly, and it was
EC3 is undefeated, which is awesome. He also beat Bobby Lashley, adding credit to him
twice now.
Yeah, so I'm waiting to see what they do with EC3 before whatever happens.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if the show goes off, I would love to see EC3 hold the title at the end. I really would.
You know he's going to win the title this Wednesday. He's going to win.
We'll see.
Yeah, he's most likely to win.
I believe that Kurt Angle will kick out enough times to piss him off, and it'll be a disqualification.
That's a wise ass chance, though.
I know. But that's how he beat him last time. Was he got disqualified? He got himself disqualified, and then he faced him again while his leg was still injured and went after the knee. It wasn't that hard to see it.
I don't even remember that.
Right, I do. Anyways.
Yeah. So nothing special.
Moving on to the final match and the match of the night, in my opinion.
And this is coming from first of all, I gotta explain something. I know what Kingdom Mountain was. I didn't know all the rules though, because it's such a complicated, situation. I was talking to Brandon while I was picking up, and he was going like, "What's a Kingdom Mountain match?" I wanted to scream, but at the same time, I was like, you know what? It's understandable because it's a match that he hasn't seen enough to really get through.
Retain the memories in my broken head.
Yeah.
And egg potatoes.
Anyways,
you can't do it.
You can't do it.
He tries. He tries.
They do.
He goes in the dark.
Anyways, moving on. So this was Jeff Jarrett versus Matt Hardy versus Eric Young versus Drew Galloway versus Bobby Roode for the vacant, brand new King of the Ring Championship.
King of the Mountain.
Sorry, King of the Mountain. I got that confused for a second. Thank you for correcting me. And actually, I might as well just call it the Television Championship because that's what it was.
It was rebelted. It wasn't bright red. It was auburn. It's the darker red.
That's how the TV title was. It was always like that.
Sure.
I can prove it. It's not hard.
That's fine. Just saying, it takes the TV championship away and puts something better out there.
Yeah, because let's be honest, they were doing fuck all of the TV title. And in fact, I remember the last champion who held it was Abyss, and he never came out with it and never even defended it. And it's
which is just thrown off on a tandem on that one. We're just saying that this one in particular has a legitimacy as a title, and it looks like a world title. It's a really nice belt.
The straps, though, I think are just a little small. That's just more of a
I wish it didn't say TNA across it. I really do, because it makes it kind of hard to legitimize the belt. It transferring from company to company.
We'll get to that later.
I said in case that happens.
We'll go more into that detail though later. But like I said, I don't like the straps on how they're too thin and behind. That's just a little nitpick for me. How everything's a little bit bigger and thicker, and then also right behind you see like those two little thick or thinner straps. It was just like it just feels weird to me. That's just more of a nitpick for me personally. But anyways, the match was good. It was very good. I love these type of matches, though, how creative people can be. And they could just turn, we're going to make a ladder match. It's like, no. We'll use the ladder match, but we're going to do something different. Instead of you grabbing the belt, you got to defend against 4 other people. You can't, get the belt yet. You have to take the belt and put on the Raptors. You can't do that, though. You have to pin somebody in order to even have the opportunity to do that. And if you get pinned, you're out for 2 minutes in penalty box. And this continues until everybody's, someone hangs the belt that's pinned somebody or made someone submit. And like I said, that's creativity. That's the one thing TNA has. When it comes to matches, they have their fair share of credibility, like the Ultimate X matches, the King of the Mountain matches, their Steel Silent matches. They do have credibility and creativity with them, like the Lethal Lockdown. This was a good match. Jeff Jarrett ended up winning. Now, before we continue on after the show and our predictions and everything for do you have anything to add on to this?
It was a great match, honestly. I liked it. They definitely played it pretty well all the way out.
Few botches, but nothing major.
Really? Eric Young's freaking pile driver onto the ladder wasn't kind of botched a little bit bad?
Talking about wasn't botched. Okay, he did hit him dead center, but come on.
Yeah, he hit him on the back of his head. Yeah, they didn't. Yeah, that wasn't botched.
Hey. I'd rather give look bad and it didn't hit his head at all than rather him botch it right on the ladder dead center and could have killed him with ease.
True.
So, hey, at least they tried to do it, and it still looked kind of cool though. So you gotta admit, even if it was not 100% precise, it was still kind of cool to see that. But anyways,
that's it.
That's it. Yeah, I mean, you really have nothing else.
No, there wasn't anything too special about this. I think Drew Galloway definitely came out on his own. Finally, they did something that really shows him off.
Nobody interfered,
but it was great. The whole match was very fluent, so it was pretty good.
Yeah. And like Brandon said before, he told me this thousands of times where we need a championship where when you defend the championship, it's for that match. We're saying, like, for example, if there's a title called the Ladder Match World Heavyweight Championship, you have to defend that always in a ladder match. Or if you have to, it's a Hell in a Cell match. Hell in a Cell World Heavyweight title.
It's a division match. It's a
division match.
That division specializes in a very specific type of match, like a ladder match or a Hell in a Cell match or a First Blood match. The division for that belt majors in those types of matches, right? And the belt represents the top of that division. That's what I was trying to say.
Like the hardcore title. Usually
they don't always have to have that match when they compete with each other, but when they go for the title has to be defended in that type of match. They can't be like, I'm from another division, I'm going to face you, but I only want you in one regular match. No. You're facing him for his title, you're going into his specialty match. That's the way that goes.
Yeah, and that's what I think they're going to do. Now, let's move on to the predictions now. Brandon kind of, talked about this a little bit early, but now we're going to go into more depth. The fact now, Jeff Jarrett.
More depth?
More depth. Sorry.
There you go. You got the P in the depth.
Yeah, more depth into it. Jeff Jarrett is flat out promoting Global Force Wrestling, which we are watching. We're going to definitely give it a chance because I'm really excited for this one. How big it's game. Promoted and everything in the roster so far. What Brandon and I are talking about now is since Jeff Jarrett won, and this was his last match in TNA officially, now the question is he going to take the title to Global Force and make it their own?
And in doing so, take this type of match with him.
Exactly, because remember, Jeff Jarrett
he made the match, so technically it's known that he is the founder of this match. He made this match.
Well,
he has rights to it.
Well, remember, he was also the former founder of TNA, so he technically had the rights to it first. So it only makes sense that TNA will allow him to have King of the Ring. Or, sorry, King of the Mountain. I keep mixing the two. I know. I'm making a few mistakes.
You're botching it, man. That's okay. Everybody botches. TNA proves it.
And WWE. Pretty much the whole world. Anyways.
Bound for glory.
The world.
The world? What are you talking about?
The world. I don't know.
Apparently.
No, I'm just kidding.
His brain stopped. Put your toes.
Anyways, we gotta move on. But like I said, this brings up more opportunities, and if this championship does go Horse Wrestling, that's good because now they have another championship, and now they have another stipulation. Yeah, and now This begs the question now. Like I said, we were saying Magnus and James Storm can most likely be going Gold Force. Mickey James has been rumored to going there now. And the fact TNA is starting to die down a little bit, you can kind of get little hints like, you know how they're talking about Slammiversary.
Everybody in the crowd is just buying their merchandise at really cheap prices so they can close the gates.
Well, if
they're like, look, $3 T-shirts, yay!
Well, if you remember when Mike Tenay was talking to you, like he was talking like memories and stuff, almost sounding like he was almost like about to retire or something in a way. I was talking about I remember all these great moments in TNA. I remember I've been here for 13 years. I've been here since day one. It was like little hits like that. They're almost saying like, I think TNA is going to close the doors at Bound for Glory. I think that's going to be their final pay-per-view, and they're just going to close the doors.
They're going to sting it. They're going to sting it. They're going to like, okay, everybody just go in the ring and beat the crap out of each other, and the last person winning will hold the title, and it'll be his Sting's moment. It's like, EC3. No, it'll be like, tire us.
We end TNA off with that. But wait.
I meant to say Brodus Clay.
No, go continue. Was that it?
Oh, look, MVP finally won the title right when we closed the doors. AJ Styles rips down the houses and just walks in with the title again. Anyways, this pay-per-view as it stands was fairly decent. Obviously, you can tell he electrocuted himself. Very entertaining.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the whole thing except for like 2 or 3 matches. But
well, yeah, from what I saw though.
Yeah, that's what I'm calling. Like I said, except for like 2 or 3 matches. But that's me because I have nitpicks, as he calls them. I call them fuck yous. Fuck dads and that. This shit. But great pay-per-view. I'd give it probably about a 7.8 compared to their -2 on the shit over
Really?
here.
I thought it was like negative like 100.
No, I gave him a -2 on the shit meter. Wow. Yeah, it goes the regular registering meter, and then once it hits 0 and drops below, it goes shitometer, and it just keeps going. That's the level of how many flushes it takes to get rid of that memory. How about you? How did you feel about it?
I give it like a solid 7 out of 10. It was a decent show at best. There's a lot, although there's some technical difficulties. There's some matches that were just like forgettable and just not memorable and just like you didn't even want to watch them. There were some positives in the match in this pay-per-view too. So, like I said, not a bad TNA pay-per-view, not the greatest, but compared to what we've seen in the past with kinds of big events from TNA recently, this was probably their best show, I would say, thus far, or, at least for a while since probably, Bound for Glory for their pay-per-view, like you said, which was -2 review for you. I think I gave it like a 6 or 7, I think, last time I gave it. But that was just because I was just more into the wrestling, like I said. But that was just
wrestling. Everybody was sucking.
No.
They're too busy sucking to wrestle.
Well, here's, like I said, as a TNA pay-per-view, it was god-awful. We can agree on that. But as a wrestling show,
as a wrestling promotion, good. If they'd called it anything else and referred to it as a wrestling promotion of the Japan branch of another division, fine. I'd have been like, yeah, as it would have sounded great. But as Bound for Glory being supposedly their biggest one, and they dropped the ball.
And the fact they hadn't even no build-up, except for the main event. That was it.
Which wasn't even a title match.
I know. Lashley wasn't even there, and they promoted him. Isn't that like promoting?
That was the best part of the show, was they're pre-promoting the matches. They were like, stay tuned for this. And then what will happen on Wednesday when this guy defends his title? And you're like, wait, he's defending his title tonight. How do you know he still has the title?
If you want to watch that, I did live reactions to that pay-per-view, and we did a review on it, so you can check that out. But comment down below. Tell us what you think about Slammiversary. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you thought it was okay? Comment down below and give us your reasoning. But that's pretty much
it. Did you lose interest and choose to go to the bathroom and touch yourself?
Well...
You know what? I don't want to know. Never mind.
Well,
I think I'd rather spank it to watching Rosie O'Donnell.
Well, that's what well, why'd you ask the lion from your freaking fantasy battle when he's inside the Tin Man? When he was inside the Tin Man?
Ooh, that was a good one. I've used that line on winning so many times. I don't think anything can kill the lion. I think he even piss off Godzilla. Godzilla's all up, too angry, self-destruct. Anyways.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so that's pretty much, we hope you enjoyed. So I am Preston here at Godzilla Hawk, and we are definitely giving you guys a Battleground review. No live reactions, but we'll try to see if we'll do live reactions for SummerSlam. But that's pretty much it. We hope to see you guys soon. So I am Preston.
Sorry for the time it took for us to record this and you to watch it and realize this is a waste of fucking time. That's on you, asshole.
Yeah, we try to make this short, but there's just so many things we want to talk about. But that's just us. Now, I would say this right now before we go. We will be doing a special video. Brandon knows what we're talking about, if you can remember. I'm not going to spoil anything, but we have a special video planned. We've been wanting to. I wanted to do this for a while. You might know what I'm talking about now. We're gonna try to do it by next weekend.
50-50, I don't know.
It just depends on how.
There's a lot of new movies coming up.
That's just a minor hint, but that's pretty much it. And now we'll stop and we'll let you go. So take care, all my peeps. I'm Preston, and
You too. You suck.